on. So burning the candle at both ends, for sure we do here. So just totally did a Yoda there. But anyway. Good morning, my glorious followers, and welcome to another studio vlog with me, Carolyn from Crafting with Glorious Purpose, where we make unique gifts for you and for that special someone. This week's vlog, we are going to be doing finalizing our market prep. We have a couple loose ends to finish up. We are about 80% of the way done with our display. We ran out of time this weekend because it was Easter. Hopefully everybody celebrated and took some time to themselves and celebrated with family. But yeah, our display is almost done. We have just the attachment parts to make sure that it doesn't slide off on the table, but also still make it so that we can take it apart. I was able to spray paint a little bit yesterday to finalize the parts that didn't go on as even as I'd like, but that part is all taken care of. Let's see, what else was there? We have, I do need to order more business cards. I did not realize how low I was. I have plenty to make it through for this market, but for this year, I'm going to need some. So I'm going to get them ordered now. So I have them, and it's one less thing I got to worry about. But we do this week want to work on our table layout. So we're still in the air on how we're going to lay everything out. All my market items are back here and over there, a little bit back there. But in all honesty, I want to pull the tables up and actually try to get them all on the tables and see what they're going to look like. But I'm thinking it's probably going to be at least the 2 6-foot tables. So I got a little bit of a late start this morning. I did kind of tidy up a little bit because this room was a little bit of a disaster for me working Friday night into Saturday, and then yeah, I mean, it got a little out of hand, so I got things kind of cleared off my space so I don't feel like I'm being consumed. So I do have to log into work because I used my time to clean up this morning. So hopefully I will break in with you at lunch. If not, it'll be tomorrow. I do have my video I need to upload, so that's processing. And yeah, so that's pretty much where I'm at right now. So it's that good old hour of 8 o'clock. Sun was out when we woke up and when I was in here cleaning, and now it's gray and I had to put the light on. So hopefully it doesn't rain today. It was so beautiful this weekend, and I'm just kind of tired and over the rain and gray. But all right, well, we'll catch you when we catch you, hopefully later today, but if not, definitely tomorrow. today is going to be the fun day. I've just finished lugging up the 2 folding tables up into my downstairs here, and we're going to do our table setup today. I'm going to try a couple new things, obviously, since we have our new display, which we still need to finish. I'm hoping to work on that tonight, and because we're kind of running out of time here to see if it's going to work. If not, I'll have to go to plan B, which will be putting them on hooks on my sheet, on my grid wall, but I really don't want to do that. I'd like to just put it on there, zip tie it, and call it done. But we're going to see how that works out. I also need to order business cards. So my list this week is very small, because I'm anticipating once things are set up, there's going to be a little things that are going to get added that will make my list a little longer, and then I'll have to deal with those next week or as I can over the weekend. Currently we have nothing planned for the weekend, so I might be able to get some of that done. So yeah, I mean, it's going to be today at lunch getting the product on. So right now I have tables out, tablecloths on. I wanted to get those on only because I do need to iron them. They're pretty wrinkly. So I want to get those pressed, and I just wanted to kind of get a true setup. So I have the grid walls for my shadow boxes. I'm setting it up anticipating that it's going to be windy, because it always is. And this is going to be outside, and I just don't want to monkey with having to make sure that nothing flies off, and especially the shadow boxes, because once it scratches that plexiglass, then it's done. I had them blow off at our yard sale that we did, and it actually scratched 2 of the boxes and damaged the white of the box, so I couldn't salvage it. So those end up being my tester boxes. But yeah, I mean, it's hit or miss. So I'm going to anticipate wind and be prepared. So I'm only making my shadow box. I normally make them 3 high so that I can do 1 on the table and then 2 shelves. I think I'm just doing 1 on the table and 1 shelf. And instead of doing 2 grids, I did 3. So I'm going to try to do an L shape and see how that works. If I can get everything on there, then I'm just not going to bring the little 4-foot table in between, or do the checkout like I was going to try to do, was put that in the middle and have the 2 6-foot tables along the edge. So I think I might just do an L shape, but bring it to the front of the booth so the people were more apt to walk in. I think when that was set in, people don't like coming in. So I'm going to try that. And if I can get everything on there, then I just don't need to bring anything else. I'll just bring the 2 tables and our 3 chairs, along with the tent and the new banner, and call it what it is, which is done. I'm also going to pack the grid wall, or the walls, just in case for rain or wind, because it will hold back some of the wind. But if it's swirling wind like we had at our December show, it's not really going to matter, because those grid walls didn't hold much back. So yeah, that's what we're going to do today at lunch. I'm getting ready here to log in, and we'll catch you at lunch, and we'll get this kind of put together. Hopefully the sun will be a little more on that side, because it's pretty dark in that room. It's beautiful and sunny, but it's really dark in there. So it's going to be a lot of backlit. So I'm hoping I can find a place to put the camera where you can kind of see what I'm doing. But unfortunately, that's the only space that I have that I can put out those 2 6-foot tables, because the rooms just aren't that big in this house. And like I said, it's awkward as this room is. It's pretty awkward in other rooms as well. So the furniture has to be strategically placed to make sure that it works. So I'm going to catch you at lunch, and we will get this ready. All right, so we're out here in the room. We got a table here, and I'm going to get a table here. So I'm going to work on the table here, and then we'll work over here. So let's get started. put both of the heavy stuff on one side. So I'm going to rotate these and put them on the other side. Quite decided on what I'm doing here. I don't have enough to do a full side, but I don't want to take these apart because these are done alphabetical, so they're easier to go through. So I'm thinking what I might do is maybe put the pet one or non-pet ones on this. I think we'll come back to that. So I got those couple extras. And then I got these extra bins. So I did make a keychain and a wristlet. So this maybe can hang here somehow, but we'll figure that out. So next up are car coasters. So these are the cats and the regulars. And then I have my decals. I got my extra stickers, or my mystery ones. I got my little tag that sits up behind. And I'm probably going to do my stickers right here in the front. I have my event. This stuff will go in the back because these are my discount cards and such. So this will go in the back. And then I've got 2 tote bags that I can put somewhere. All right, so I'm thinking shadow box, and then I have a shadow box. And then I got my dog bandanas, which I think are going to go on this wall. So I actually built a zigzag wall again. So all I did was attach them this way. And I think I'm going to hang some decals in the bandanas on there. Obviously it's a dog event, so I want the dog bandanas front and center. So I'll be hanging those up on this wall, I think. I'm going to use the vinyl over there. And then I've got the vinyl and dog coasters. So I could hang up some of the dog coasters on here. I wonder what that would look like. That could work. I could put those on there too. I'll have to think about that. That might work. All right, so like I said, not the best lighting on this side. So we have at least the light coming in, but we're gonna work on this wall here. So what I can do is grab my grid walls, and I have a new favorites sign made. So that will go somewhere, maybe in the middle, or sometimes I'll lay it down, but I can find a place to kind of hang that. And then I bought these. This was a 3-pack at Aldi for whatever you call it, toolbox. And I made this as my catch-all for all my things. So I have my outdoor ones and my regular clips. So I have my grid wall hooks in here. And these grid wall hooks are the ones that I had a heck of a time getting, oh, come on, in here. Oh, I can't get this open. There we go. So yeah, I have all my grid wall hooks and my outdoor hooks in here. So these slide on. They're not a perfect fit because they're meant for the bigger, more durable hooks, but they get the job done. They still hang and they don't fly off because they're a little heavy. So I think, let me see. Yeah, I can even hang it up on the top, and then this one can get tucked under. So forgot that I made this one and I forgot to put a thing on it. So I'm gonna put, I think, 2 across on this one. So hopefully you'll be able to see that. Let me move you over this way a little more. Okay. So I'm gonna have these ones. And I want to leave space so I can hang out one each of these, which are all my over the collars. So I can leave the sizes here, but I want to put like one of each, I think, hanging out if I can. So let's see, I think the summer ones probably are the best to show, mainly because, you know, summer. So we'll put this on top. So there would be the sunny days ones. So we got Art Day. And I'm thinking, maybe, and then I think I might do something like that, where I can hang up the example. Can be down here. I've got decals, window clings, I've got a few of these. I might use a pin for these just to show the magnetic bookmark, and then I have my tag for them. I can't forget my cup holder. Okay, so let's see what we got here. Pet bandanas. Put a tag up there. And I love making these. These were so easy. They clip on the basket, they clip on the grid wall, and they're easy to take down. So I can put them on here and they're set. I believe I put these in some kind of order, so I should probably stick with that. There's my doggy coasters. So I can put these all here in the front. And I can even hang that on there so that people can see the coasters. And then for these ones, I think what I'm going to do is put these in the cat corner and then maybe sprinkle these non-pet ones, because I do want to still make my little cat corner, so I might make that my cat corner. I think I'm just going to stick this underneath the basket. That way I don't have to tie it and it can sit out. sure I'm going to change my mind about another 12 times, but we're going to give this a go. So this is generic. And then we have these decals, which don't know. And I like hanging these up because they get the light behind them and then they get really nice. So we got a rescue mom already off. We got a rescue dad. Treat o'clock. Stay positive. Like that. I might be able to just hang all of these, or I just keep these behind. And here's my dog mandala. So these I might just keep behind and replenish as needed. That way I can get rid of that bin and that can just be hung up. And I don't need this. So I got those decals. And then I got these bigger decals, which are the nose print ones. I can maybe put these in here. That way we got both decals in here. And people can leaf through them. So yeah, I think that's what we'll do. We'll do that. And then maybe we can space out the dogs a little more. I'm hoping you can see what I'm doing. So I'm going to take, I think, some of this one. Some of this one. I think that way we might be able to even these out a little better so people have an easier time leafing through them. Those will be all the puppy ones. Like that. And I can put this on the front. So here's what we got so far. We've got our car coasters here in the front. We've got our bandanas, our window clings, our decals, both sets, and we get those in the front. And then, like I said, on this grid ball will be 2 shadow boxes. And then this corner one will have a shadow box on the top and the bottom, or I might make that my cat corner. Either way, I still have space in between, so I could do something there. And then on this side, we've got our wristlet display with our keychains, and I think right here in the front is going to be where I put the keychains. So we're going to work on that next. All right. So I don't need these anymore. But these came in real handy. I have my clips from my tablecloths, which I really don't need, but in case anything's windy, I've got clamps, I've got hooks, paper clips, you name it. And it's nice because they lock into each other, so I can just clip them up and they'll lock into the bottom one. So then I don't have to worry about it. And then this one is all my, aspirin, scissors, Kleenex, paper towels, all that kind of good stuff. So those aren't as important, but they are important if you need it. So what's nice is these all lock into each other. And I got it in the Aldi section for like $10, which was awesome. All right, so I'm gonna put my sticker book here. So then these will be all the keychains. So I'm gonna do these across here. And I have, I wonder if I can steal another bin from somewhere. have an extra one. So I have the one for the cats. And then I have my solar light. I gotta do that yet. Maybe, I could always hang these up, so I could use this bin. I think these are a little too tight to go through, so I'm gonna space these out into 4 bins, I think. So we got these, and I still have to do the little thing on these with the, like I did with these cards. I want to do the same thing. I want to put the letter on there so they're easier to navigate and cut them down a little. I think they're a little tall, but so that takes me to S. So we have these. Actually, put that one in there. That's a little easier. You can kind of see through these a little better. And it's not so jam-packed. I think it's mostly because this first one has pretty much only B in it. These are all the B braids, which is crazy. B's and P's. There are a lot of B's and P's. So I think I will do these and make a nice little circle. And then I have my sign for that. And then I don't know what I'm going to do there. But we'll figure that out. I kind of want to leave that room for checkout. Like I said, this will be shadow boxes. Maybe I might put, maybe this will be my cat corner. Possibly. I also have these 2 glass jars that I can't wait to get rid of. So I might put these down here on the bottom. Like this, so you can see them. I can even, like I said, I still have these tote bags too. So I can put those here. I mean, I still have some space so I can kind of crunch things in if I need to, but I'm hoping that I don't have to do that. But I'm going to get 2 shadow boxes in there. But I think we're coming along. I think we're getting there. So let's work on grabbing some shadow boxes. Have that if I have room for it. These will be for my decals. And then I have my solar light. This is for my cash or card. Sticker book. Got the solar light. Alright, so shadow box frames. I've got dog ones, non-dog ones. Trying to figure out the best way to lay this one out. So let's close this up for now. Stack these. Okay, lunch break is just about over. Here's what we got. So we got both shadow boxes over there. One on the top is dogs, and the one on the bottom is my dragonflies. So that one can kind of get tucked in, but isn't dog related, but I'm going to throw it in there. Then I have my dog bandanas with my example. I have the tote bags with the window clings and the decals. I have my dog related one on top, and then I have my B one at the bottom. I've got the 2 dog glasses. I put the other shadow box there, which I think for right now it's going to have to just do. And here's going to be my checkout area, so I'm going to have stuff behind it, cash box and things like that. So I don't really have anything to put on the front. I've got to find somewhere to put my solar light. I'm still not sure on that. Stickers will be across the front here. Those are the decals that go with it. Then I'm going to have this little space here, which might be where that light goes. And then I have my keychains and my wristlets, and then my cat corner. I'm still thinking like maybe if I use that other shadow box, maybe I can swap it out for the cat. But then I have my deer one up on the top, and then I have my thing here. So that's what we got so far. I'm gonna head back into work because that was a quick hour, and mull over this for a few hours and see if I make any changes, but I think I'm in good shape. I'm trying to figure out what all I still need to do. Like I said, I want to fix the cards on here to make these shorter and with the letter on them. And then I do want to either swap out the box or something. But yeah, I think that's good. I mean, I keep telling myself this is only a 3-hour show, so I don't really need to go too crazy. So yeah, that's where we're at. Good morning and happy Friday. We are done with our table layout. I finished up the last couple things last night, so all I needed to do was cut out the cards for the keychains so that they had the little AB tabs for in between to separate them, to help making checkout a little easier when people are looking for their dog breeds. So that was taken care of. The only thing that I remember that I did not put on the table, and I remembered last night, is I need to make room for my mini iPad and my free giveaway for email signups. So I kind of want to do a nice little tumbler that is pet themed for the upcoming dog shows. So I'll have both. I think I'm going to hold on to it and then draw the name for the both of them. That way then I have, I can get some longevity out of that for both of the dog shows. And then I'm hoping that I can figure that in there. And I do want to write down, I wanted to make a little sign that just says cat corner for the little area. So I do have the shadow box. So I have the shadow box that's up here. I just need to put the insert in and get that on the table. And then if that means one of the other boxes has to stay home, then that's not a big problem. So I'm going to put that on my list. So cat corner sign. And yeah, it went together, and I don't have anything else that I'm going to add. Holding true to my word about not creating anything new. I had some things in my head that I wanted to have done for this show, but I didn't do them. But it's something I can visit later, but I'm going to leave it at that. We are going to hopefully this weekend finish up this display. I do think that smaller Lazy Susan is just too small for that big chunk of wood. So we'll probably have to get a real Lazy Susan and a bigger piece of wood to put on the bottom so that doesn't flip over at the event when somebody spins. Because I just see some kid coming up and flipping it. So I want to make sure that it has the weight on the base evenly distributed so that doesn't go flying. Because some people aren't as ginger as spinning things. They just flip it. And that's the last thing I want to go flying, because it has all my wristlets on it and I don't want that falling on the ground. So, but I will film that. If I get any of that, I will add that footage at the end of this, but I'm going to sign it off here. So if you liked it, please give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment, pass it along to your friends that also do markets, or if they're looking for any tips or tricks for their booth setup. And just all around my channel, somebody trying to do a full-time job and do a small craft business on the side, but also, doing my day-to-day house things as well. So, I mean, it's a lot, to get done. So burning the candle at both ends, for sure we do here. So, just totally did a Yoda there. But anyway, hope to catch you in the next one. Hope you have an awesome weekend, and we'll catch you in the next one.